So let me get this straight. You want to partake in these toxic fandom wars, but then want to play the victim card when it goes to you. Nah. In case you didn't know, Coy is a spokesperson for Warner Brothers and DC and was not too happy that people were ripping to shreds that 2-second clip of Superman flying. First things first, this clip wasn't a leak or anything. It was posted by Warner Brothers and DC and James Gunn to promote the movie. And yes, this 2-second clip looks like shit. Now, does that mean if a 2-second clip looks bad that the entire movie's gonna be bad? No, absolutely not. But the clip still looks bad. And then he wants to say that, oh, people are trying to be negative. My guy, you were doing the exact same thing. You quote tweeted a thing that says trigger an entire fan base using this image and said that the Eternals was better than Snyder's trilogy. Now again, if you like Eternals more than those 3 movies, that's totally fine. But you could have said that the Eternals was better than the entirety of the MCU. You could have said the Eternals was better than Phase 1. But you specifically chose the Snyder fan base to go after. And you're also part of DC Studios podcast, which quite frankly, nobody's even watching, but hey, that's a different story. But even someone like Frankie in the center, who I'm sure is a really cool person, she was also saying that the Snyder Cut was no different from Joss Whedon's version. Which, having a take like that, I'm not surprised DC Studios would pick you guys up. And this is why I say that real DC fans wouldn't last a fucking day in a Snyder fan's shoes. The Snyder fans have been dealing with this shit for 12 years and they haven't stopped. And if Snyder fans at any point would have given up, then we would have never gotten the glory that is the Snyder Cut. But a bunch of people rip a 2-second clip to shreds and you guys get all in your feelings. And do me a favor, don't dish it out if you can't handle a little bit of criticism going your direction. Cause yeah, I'm sure it sucks if you have something that you truly like getting ripped to shreds every single day. Just wait for the paycheck to hit your bank account, okay? I'm sure you'll feel better.
All I'm trying to do is do what I always do. Just give commentary to a coming superhero movie, right? And this superhero movie looks fucking bad. Like, I don't...
Oh, the humanity. The sheer, unadulterated emotion that has gripped the heart of our beloved critic is palpable. Tyler Coates, renowned film critic and guardian of cinematic taste, is shedding tears. But why, you ask? What could possibly bring such a stalwart of the film community to such a state of emotional turmoil? But these aren't tears of joy, dear viewers. No, these are tears of righteous anger, of artistic indignation, of, wait for it, sympathy for a director facing criticism. Yes, you heard that right. Our critic is moved to tears by the plight of a filmmaker under fire. You see, James Gunn, the newly appointed overlord of the DC cinematic universe, has dared to announce a new Superman film. A bold move indeed in a landscape already saturated with superhero narratives. And not just any Superman film, one without the smouldering, brooding, occasionally punching things in slow motion charm of Henry Cavill. This new direction has left fans reeling, questioning the very fabric of their beloved franchise. This travesty, this affront to cinema, has sent shockwaves through the fandom. The announcement has ignited a firestorm of debate, with fans and critics alike taking sides in this cinematic civil war. And Tyler Coates, bless his cotton socks, is leading the charge in defense of poor, misunderstood Mr. Gunn. With impassioned speeches and heartfelt articles, he stands as a beacon of support in a sea of criticism. The irony, you ask, we're getting to that. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this emotional roller coaster, exploring the highs and lows of cinematic passion and the unexpected alliances it forges. Let's rewind the clock, shall we? Back to a simpler time when Zack Snyder was at the helm of the DC ship. Remember Man of Steel, the film that tried to convince us Superman snapping a villain's neck was a morally complex dilemma. The film Tyler Coates, in his infinite wisdom, described as lackluster and overblown. Those were the days. Back then it was open season on Snyder and his vision. Critics sharpened their quills, ready to pounce on every plot hole, every CGI explosion, every brooding stare, and Tyler Coates, our brave crusader of cinema, was right there in the trenches, leading the charge. But now the tables have turned. James Gunn, the new sheriff in town, announces his bold new vision, and suddenly criticism is no longer welcome. Any dissenting voices are drowned out by Coates' cries of "give him a chance" and "it's too early to judge." Remember all those passionate Snyder fans who dared to voice their concerns about the direction of the DCEU? The ones told to get over it and stop complaining? Well, it seems Tyler Coates has developed a sudden and severe case of amnesia, because when it comes to James Gunn, any criticism is tantamount to heresy. Section 4, Double Standards and Kryptonite Tears. The hypocrisy is almost tangible, isn't it? It's like a thick fog that clouds our vision, making it hard to see the truth. We live in a world where double standards are not just common, but almost expected. It hangs in the air like the stench of stale popcorn in an empty cinema. You know that feeling when you walk into a theatre long after the movie has ended and the remnants of what was once a lively atmosphere now just feel hollow and forgotten? When Snyder was the target, Coates was all too eager to join the chorus of disapproval. He didn't just criticize, he relished in it, as if tearing down someone else's work somehow elevated his own. But now that Gunn is facing the heat, he's suddenly the valiant defender of artistic integrity. It's almost laughable how quickly the narrative changes when the shoe is on the other foot. Remember, dear viewers, these are the same critics who championed gritty realism and deconstructing superheroes. They praised the dark and brooding tones, the complex characters and the moral ambiguities, the same ones who lauded Batman v Superman for its philosophical depth. We're still trying to find it. They spoke of its layers and nuances as if it were a modern-day epic. And these are the same critics now clutching their pearls at the mere thought of someone criticizing James Gunn. It's as if their previous standards have evaporated into thin air, replaced by a newfound sense of fragility. The double standards are glaring, and the tears, oh the tears, they flow like rivers of kryptonite. Section 5, we see through you, Tyler. But here's the thing, Tyler, we see through you. We see the layers of pretense, the facade you put up to maintain a certain image. It's not just about your opinions, it's about the way you present them, the way you manipulate narratives to fit your agenda. We see the double standards, the selective outrage, the moments when you choose to be vocal, and the moments when you conveniently stay silent. It's all so transparent, Tyler. The transparent attempt to shield your favorite director from the same scrutiny you so gleefully heaped upon another. It's almost as if you believe your audience won't notice the glaring inconsistencies. But we do, Tyler. We notice everything. The internet, as we all know, never forgets. Every tweet, every post, every video is archived, ready to be pulled up at a moment's notice. Your past statements are there for everyone to see, and they paint a very clear picture. And the DC fandom, despite what you might think, is not a monolith. It's a diverse group of individuals with varied opinions and perspectives. They are passionate, they are vocal, and they are not easily swayed by superficial charm. We remember the snide remarks, the sarcastic comments, the times you belittled fans for their genuine love and concern for the franchise. Those moments are etched in our memories. The dismissive waves of the hand, the eye rolls, the condescending tones, they all add up, Tyler. They create a narrative of their own, one that is hard to ignore. The utter lack of empathy for fans who dared to express their disappointment. It's not just about differing opinions, it's about the way you handle them, the way you dismiss genuine concerns with a wave of your hand. You see, Tyler, when you spend years building a reputation on snark and cynicism, it becomes your brand. It's what people come to expect from you. So don't be surprised when people don't buy your sudden conversion to the Church of Gunn. Skepticism is a natural response when someone who has been so critical suddenly changes their tune. It's not about the new opinion, it's about the authenticity behind it. And right now, Tyler, that authenticity is in question. Section 6. The irony would be delicious if it weren't so sad. There's a certain irony to all of this, isn't there? The same critics who championed subverting expectations and challenging the status quo are now the ones desperately clinging to it. The same ones who mocked Snyder's loyal fans are now experiencing the full force of a fandom scorned. It's almost poetic in a way. The universe, it seems, has a sense of humor, and that humor often manifests itself in the form of sweet, sweet karma. Section 7. The wheel turns, the clown cries. So as Tyler Coates sheds his crocodile tears for James Gunn, let us remember this. The film industry, much like life itself, is a fickle beast, ever-changing. What goes around comes around inevitably. And those who live by the sword of snark often find themselves on the wrong end of it, the The wheel keeps turning, the clowns keep crying endlessly, and we, the audience, are left to watch the show unfold. Just don't expect us to take it too seriously.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.